I think it's a real hoot working at the same institution as my daughter. First of all, I'm very proud that we're both affiliated with Baylor, and since we're both science backgrounds, occasionally we cooperate. We've actually written a couple of papers together.
When Georgine was accepted into Baylor, and she said, you know, everybody knows you. You've been there so long. Everybody's going to say, oh, you're Dr. Hergenroder's daughter. So now when I go to Baylor, they say, oh, you're Georgine's dad.
So I would go to bed every night looking at the twinkling lights of the buildings where I knew my dad went off to work every day. And I remember him crouching down and explaining to me that he had to go off to the med center to care for all the sick kids that needed care, and being able to finally come into those buildings and see the worlds that I just heard stories about when I was little and heard references to, but now I get to really get to know the faces in the buildings and make my own stories there. It has been really special.
Having excelled tremendously in in all three areas of medicine, research, teaching, clinical care, my father has inspired me to try to do the same.
My dad's been at Baylor for over 30 years, so growing up I've known about Baylor College of Medicine, and so coming here, which is a great opportunity to work in HR, and sometimes we get emails that we're supposed to go to the other person, so that's very funny when that happens. But it's just great to, you know, get the perspective from faculty for my job's sake, and then also just just hear what my dad is doing.
When I was young, I was in the waiting room playing with little files, little stickers while he was working, and I always wanted to be a doctor when I grew up, and that didn't work out necessarily for me, but working at Baylor in research for 12 years and now in the Office of Outreach, going out to the community, it's just really cool to know that we work for the same institution within the medical center, helping people in different ways, but helping people nonetheless.
For both me and my siblings, he definitely instilled in us a desire to care for others, especially those less fortunate than us. And I saw evidence of that. He works with the homeless youth of Houston, and I feel like it's such a great example of really practicing what you preach.
What's been really gratifying is moving to this new stage of life from provider to dad of an adult daughter who's accomplishing wonderful things at Baylor. It's neat because you begin this new journey as companions and understanding each other day to day in a much deeper way.
I'm proud because of his work ethic. He gets up early, he gets to work on time, he works very hard. He's played I think a large role in HR. Many people know his name, although he's only been working here a few years.
He's a marvelous physician, tremendously dedicated. We hear that from people everywhere we go. He has a tremendous knowledge of the medical literature. He's a marvelous father, unbelievable daddy. He sings beautifully, fantastic ball player. I mean, I could just keep on going.
She's my hero. She's a cancer survivor, and not just cancer, but multiple complications from cancer. And despite all the hardships she went through, she went to work as much as she could, and she continued to volunteer and maintained a positive disposition and a love of her work and our shared institution. So she's really my inspiration and my hero.